So for you, you'd rather make your honest 1,000 shillings and keep it, than give it to the government.
Sure.
And also at the end of the day, you want the government to deliver.
Yeah, the government has to deliver.
You're listening to Blue Radio, bringing the vibe.
Expert. I'm also a journalist by profession.
Yeah. Welcome to our studios, Akbas.
Thank you.
Yeah. First, you can just start by defining what the digital brands are.
Okay. Basically, digital brands. We have these are brands that are actually on digital platforms. When you talk about digital, we have websites, we have social media. So digital is wide. So brands can be based on websites, can be based on social media platforms.
Yes.
So basically, any brand that is working digitally, that is a digital brand.
Now, can you briefly explain how important is it to grow your digital brand?
Okay, the world is changing.
Yes.
Most people are embracing the digital media as compared to the traditional media. There is a whole change in terms of what people, the kind of content people are consuming. You look, for example, right now, people spend so much time on TikTok as compared to watching TV. You see,
yes.
If people want news, they'll rush to Twitter because that's the platform that it's a mini blog. So people will rush there, and it's so easy to consume content through the digital media because people can consume this content anywhere, anytime, So that's the importance of having a digital media.
In your workspace, like the people who you work with, your colleagues, how far have they gone towards accommodating into the digital space, and how digitized are they?
Yeah, actually the people I work with, a good percentage of them are embracing the digital media, especially the social media space, because I work mostly with politicians, and one of their strategy is social media, because they are trying to tap into the youth. This is an untapped market, so they are tapping into the youth, and the youth are spending so much time on social media. So the majority of people that I work with, most of my friends, are actually embracing the digital media, because I work with people who are journalists, I work with people who are politicians, I work with artists,
yes,
who are trying to get this market that is not embraced as such, because contrary to what most people think that a good percentage of people in Kenya are on social media,
yes,
but that's not the truth. You look at people in the villages, these are people who are still these are people who are still watching the traditional TVs. These are people who are still listening to radio, and these are the majority of people that are in Kenya. So the majority that I'm working with currently, they're embracing the digital media, but there is a number of Kenyans that are still embracing the traditional media.
Well, when you get back, we're going to talk about the technicalities around building the digital brands. But first, I would like to know, you are a digital communications expert. Can you explain what that entails?
Okay, being a digital communication expert is understanding the diversity on the social media and digital platforms. There's so many people who can differentiate between being a social media expert and being a digital expert.
Mm-hmm.
With social media, you work basically with the social media platforms. Let's say Facebook, Twitter, you understand how these platforms work. But when it comes to digital, there are other factors that come into play. Talk of email marketing, talk of SEO, that is SEO, okay, I'm trying to remember so the things like that you understand how SEO works, how email marketing works, how social media works. But now when it comes to social media expert, it's someone who only understands how social media and these mini blogging platforms work. Yeah, so with digital, you understand how all these digital platforms, ranging from email marketing, ranging from mini blogging platforms to social media platforms, how they work. Yeah.
And who are your clients?
My clients, I'll say I work with corporates,
yes,
and I work with politicians mostly right now. Yeah, I also work with artists. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the future of branding and the technicalities around it, the digital
Okay. I'll say the future of branding is quite promising because most people are embracing the digital brands. You look, for example, right now, Elon Musk acquired Twitter.
Yes.
Now that is called
X.
And you see, like, people are making money out of it. You see, like, so many people used to fear Twitter in the past because they said the platform is so open and there's so much of cyberbullying. But Elon came in and is trying to cut down the bots. He's trying to cut down the cyberbullying, and now people are actually making money out of X. You see,
Yes.
You look at a platform like TikTok, people are making money. You know, like, there's this whole conversation about banning of TikTok in Kenya.
Yeah.
But there are actually a lot of digital content creators who are making a lot of money out of TikTok, and they are getting money directly from the platform. You look at YouTube, it's been there for quite some time.
Yes.
So a lot of people, especially youth, who are doing content creation, who are doing journalism, artists, they are embracing this digital media because they feel like they want to engage with their audiences directly, as compared to the past when people had to use traditional media, had to use the traditional TVs. For example, for musicians,
Yes.
if they wanted to have their content played, they had to get their music to the radio stations, you see.
Yes.
But for now, they have Spotify.
Yeah.
They have Boomplay, where they can just put their content there and people listen to it directly, you see. So it's the future of digital brands is quite promising, and people are actually getting into these digital platforms to get their content out there. Yeah, you look at, for example, Blue Radio.
Yes.
If you want to listen to Blue Radio, just go to the website and you can just access everything that you're looking for. You go to YouTube and there is content there. So yeah, it's quite a promising future.
Now I want us to talk about the government and specifically, let's say, people in the final third bracket of the adulthood. Unajua wale watu wakubwa wazima, tuita watu wazima, yeah. I think they've been having a problem of understanding the digital space. That's why we've been having issues of them wanting to ban TikTok or these social media platforms and bringing in regulations. Can you say that it is lack of knowledge or it is just a political scheme?
Yeah, actually, the first time I saw the whole conversation about banning of TikTok,
Yes.
The first thing that came into my mind is about algorithms. You
Yes.
see,
Yeah.
digital platform, like any digital platform, has algorithms, and whatever the kind of content that you want, it's what you'll interact with.
Yes.
You see, for example, if I go through my TikTok, the kind of content that I find,
Yes.
I just find motivational content.
Yes.
I find reggae. Of course, I love reggae. I'm an Azimio supporter. Yeah, I find political content. You
Yes,
see,
yes.
so for this person who is trying to bring this whole debate about TikTok, is there is a lot of explicit content. It's actually not true, because, you know, like a platform like TikTok, it actually has you see, if you go live and you try, there's a platform like Twitter.
Yes.
You know, if you go to Twitter right now,
Yeah.
you find a lot of nude content. Actually,
Yeah.
nude.
Mhm.
It's now like, we call it XX platform, because, you know, they changed it from X.
Yes.
Now we call it XXX, because there are a lot of pornography content on,
Yeah.
on Twitter. So you're trying to you're like, okay, why are they trying to ban TikTok where pornography content is prohibited
Yes.
at all,
Yes.
and they're leaving a platform like Twitter.
Yeah.
So what I can say is, these people, they just have an agenda that they're trying to push, and they're seeing that, you know, Kenyans right now, they're moving from Twitter in terms of putting this in terms of you look something like there are more content creators who are actually criticizing the government, who actually know what they want, that are actually posting on TikTok as compared to Twitter. Number two, people love seeing, people love hearing,
Yes.
as compared to reading.
Yes.
See, so this is the platform that can really reach more people as compared to a platform like Facebook and Twitter. And that's why you find this government, this was going for a platform like TikTok. So I don't think it's all about explicit content. It's just that these people have not understood the aspect of algorithms and what content you're going to get in that platform. There's a lot of content, so it just depends with what you're looking for.
As a professional in the digital space, I'd like to know your views and opinions regarding this taxing scheme that has been introduced for the digital platforms by the government.
Okay, the other day I was listening. I think some 2 days ago, I was listening to the government ICT, CS for ICT,
Yes.
Dennis Itumbi, and he was arguing that every sector is being taxed. Why not the digital sector?
Yes.
And for me, I'll say, I'm against that, because there is very little revenue that people actually make out of the digital platform.
Yes.
I'll say, for example, I run a YouTube channel. I have like 7,000 subscribers. But if you look for at my revenue for the past 3 months,
Yes.
I'm actually making an honest 1,000, for 3 months.
For 3 months.
You look at my Twitter, I made, I think, 9,000. So there's very little revenue. And if you're going to tax this, then how are these youth gonna support themselves financially?
Lakini si kulipa ushuru ndo kujitegemea according to KRA.
Of course, we are paying this ushuru indirectly. And if you're giving services, I think the only time that we need to be taxed is when you're giving services to the government as a digital creator. Let's say, for example, and that's why it's called a withholding tax. If, for example, I've been contracted by the government to do content for them, then the government, now they have a right to tax me. That is withholding tax. But taxing, because you look at Twitter, we are taxed directly by the government of US.
Okay.
All these digital platforms, because most of them are based in the US.
Yes.
So we are taxed by the US government, and then in Kenya you get taxed again. You see, so it's some sort of double taxing.
So for you, you'd rather make your honest 1,000 shillings and keep it,
Yeah,
than give it to the government.
sure.
And also at the end of the day, you want the government to deliver.
Yeah, the government has to deliver, because I think for me,
Yes.
this guy, because you look like 1 week ago, the president says they were having conversation with the CEO of TikTok in terms of all this explicit content that is going on that platform. And I think one of the conversations that they need to have with this CEO of social media platform is,
Yes.
how are you going to give us the revenue? How are we going to get the revenue directly from you instead of taxing the digital
creators, yeah.
Because you are taxed by the US government. So when you tax us again, then that's some sort of double taxing, and the revenue that you're getting, you see, like, for example, on Twitter, they are paying you according to the number of
Engagements.
I say engagements,
impressions?
number of ads on posts, you see, and they're giving you 0.00002%. Yes, you see, that's very little. And when you tax that, then the digital creator ends up with nothing, you see. Yeah.
Too much work for a few dimes.
Sure.
Okay, that is the conversation around the digital branding.
You're listening to Blue Radio, bringing the vibe.